good morning. Today we are going to learn about the 8th chapter in science lesson. So, the topic of the lesson or the name of the lesson is cell, structure and function. So, today we are going to learn about a very important chapter that is cell. Okay, so before the starting of this lesson, I want to tell you that this lesson is very important. This lesson is very, it is a fundamental or the basic learning for science. Okay, this lesson is the basic or the basement for your 9th and 10th standard syllabus. So please pay attention to this lesson. So what is cell? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of living organism. So, I know that you have heard about the word cell, especially when you learned about amoeba. Okay, so last year when you learned about amoeba, you learned that amoeba is a unicellular organism, unicellular cell. Okay, that amoeba is having only one cell. When you draw the shape of the amoeba, you have drawn a single cell. Okay, and we have came to know that the amoeba, being a single-celled organism, it was able to perform all the activities. It could respire, it could digest, it could reproduce. Okay, it could grow, and everything it had existed on the earth by a single cell. Now you understand that the power of a single cell. Understood? So, even it may be a unicellular organism, that is single celled organism, or multi means many cell. So we are all multicellular organism. Our body is made up of millions or billions of cells. Understood? So, but this cell is it is very small, but it is the basic functional. Okay, so it is there in the cell only the function, the basic function will start in the cell. Okay, and it is very functional. So that is why it is called it as basic structural. Okay, when you think about structure also, it is the basic structure. Okay, so what we see elephant as so much big, but even elephant is having so many billions of cell. Understood? And that cell is the structural unit. Structural and functional. Even in case of the function also, the cell is the basic functional unit. Okay, now see the definition of the cell. Cell is the basic. Okay, basic means what? It is the initial. Okay, basic structural and functional unit of living organism. Whenever you learn about cell, you have to remember about brick in a building. Okay, when you see in a building, okay, you know that it is made up of bricks, isn't it? So there are so many bricks in the building. Okay, think about a single brick that represents a single cell. But when you build the building, you will get so many rooms on. Okay, that forms, that is our body. So many, okay, there are so many parts in the body and all. But actually it was made up of single brick, and that brick refers to cell. So in other words, cell makes up living things. Here in the other words, cells make up living things and carry out activities that keep a living things alive. So cell is very important. So today we are going to learn about cell. Discovery of cell. So who has discovered this cell? We will see. Robert Hooke was the first scientist to discover the existence of cells with the help of a microscope in 1965. Then how did he discover? So who is the scientist discovered the cell? That is Robert Hooke, and he discovered about the existence of cell in 1965. How did he observe that? He observed thin slices of cork. Cork means it is like a cap of the bottle. Okay, for it, there will be a wooden cap for some bottle that is called cork. So in our labs and all, we could see the cork inside the bottle. Okay, so to close the bottle we have a cork, and he made the slice of this cork, and this cork is made up of the bark of a tree. Okay, with wood it is made. So what he made is he made the thin slice of this cork and observed under microscope, and he saw that honeycomb structure. Starting what did he see? He see honeycomb structure, and the slices of cork appeared like small compartments which were further separated by a wall. So like a honeycomb, we could see some many different compartments now separated by a wall in such a way, in such a way he had seen the cell. So this is the Robert Hooke in 1665 he discovered cell, and this is Robert Brown. In 1883 he discovered the nucleus, and this nucleus is inside the cell. Understood? So remember these scientists. Now we will learn about unicellular organism. I hope you know what is unicellular organism and what is multicellular organism. Okay, the organism with single cell. Uni means single, one celled cell, then it is called unicellular organism. An organism that is made up of only one cell is called unicellular organism. See, these are all one cell. See, this is one cell, and it is called, this organism is very difficult to see under the common microscope also. Understood? So these we have seen yeast, I think, but not so clearly. Understood? But through electron microscope and all, we could easily see the structure of the microorganism. So there are so many different microscope also. There is microscope called electron microscope that is helpful to see even the minute structures. Okay, very small organism like virus can also be seen through electron microscope. Of course, we have seen the yeast through the microscope, but not so clearly like this. Understood? So this is all very microorganism, like it is unicellular organism. This is Euglena, this is Paramecium, and this is yeast. They are single-celled organism. Variation in cell number, shape, size. Yes, see here, cell number. On the basis of number of cell, living organism can be classified into two categories. Okay, so even cell number will differ from one organism to another organism. First is unicellular. So some organisms will be single celled, and living organism consists of single cell. Their example are amoeba, euglena. Now we had seen about paramecium, yeast and all. But what are multicellular? Living organism that consist of more than one cell. If it is 2, 3 or many cells like us, then it is called multicellular organism. Example, earthworm, human being, elephant, or so and so, many things. So the organism which we can see through our eye, they are all multicellular organism. These are multicellular organism. So multicellular organism under microscope, that is, this is leaf cell, this is muscle cell. So this is what the honeycomb structure the scientist has observed under the microscope. See here, the compartment, isn't it? A block. Can you see the block compartments? And the compartment is covered by cell wall. And this is what he saw, something like a honeycomb. The next is cell shape. Even the cell's shape also is differ from one organism with other organism. The shape of the cell differ not only in different organism but also in different organs of the same organism. So not only the cell shape will differ from one organism to the other organism, but in our body also there are so many organs now. So for example, heart is an organ. The cell of heart is different from the cell of the lungs, like that. The shape will be different. See, shape may be oval, spherical, cuboidal, fiber-like, or a polygonal. See, sometimes the cell shape will be oval, okay, cuboidal, fiber-like, or polygonal. So here you can see the shape of the cell now. So this is the shape. This is one of the cell, largest cell, and see the shape of this cell. See the shape of this cell. It is the nerve cell. Okay, so even the shape of the cell also will differ. Then cell size. Even size of the cell also will differ. The difference in size of organism is due to the number of cells present in them. The smallest cell, okay, that is a PPLO, that is Pleromynia-like organism are called mycoplasma, is about 0.1 micron diameter. So this is the smallest cell, okay, mycoplasma, okay. So this is very small, that is 0.1 micron, okay, 0.1 micron in diameter. It is very small. Whereas the largest cell is the ostrich cell, that is 170 mm in diameter. So this is the ostrich cell, okay. This egg here, this is ostrich egg. So egg means it is a cell, it is a single cell, okay. Okay, it is the largest cell. So this ostrich egg is so much big compared to our normal hen egg. This is hen egg, but this is the ostrich egg. It is the largest cell, and this is the smallest cell. Okay. So this is the size also will differ. I told size will differ, shape will differ. Okay. So now what we have learned, that in a cell, the size will differ, shape will differ, okay, according to the organism. This is the shape of the cell. Again, they are showing the same shape of the cell. Can you see the RBC? This is the RBC cell, that is red blood cell, which is present in our blood. This is the shape of the blood. This is again narrowed cell. See how it is branched. And this is a human WBC cell. WBC means white blood cell. See the structure of the human white blood cell. Okay, it is something same like amoeba. It will also engulf or encatch the microorganism that is entering into our body. So this is the microorganism. We have already learned that. See, this is electron microscope. I told that how much magnification is there. See, this is the magnification of the electron microscope. Whereas our compound microscope that we use in the science lab and all, it is only 2000x. So how much bigger or how much more magnification is there for electron microscope we can see. Understood? So this is used especially to find the to study the microorganism that causes diseases and all. Okay, this is my electron microscope is very useful nowadays. The structure of a cell as seen under the electron microscope is called ultrastructure. Certain structures can be seen only under electron microscope. So this is compound microscope and this is electron microscope. Compound microscope is also called as light microscope because it works with the reflection of light. Okay. And last we are going to learn that we all know that this is the smallest cell, and the cell will form what? A group of the cells form tissue, and a group of the tissue will form organ, and in our body there are so many organs, and that is called organ system. Understood? So cell is there, tissue is there, organ. Okay, so this, how does it form organ system? Heart is an organ, and there are so many organs like nerves, blood vessels. Okay, all this forms what? Organ system. And last year we have learned about the organ system called circulatory system. Okay, last year we have learned about digestive system. They are all systems. Excretory system, all those things we have learned in the 7th standard. How does those system happen? it happens or it works in such a way that there are so many organs in that, or organ system consists of so many organs. For example, digestive system, it was a group of organs. For example, mouth is an organ, your stomach is an organ, small intestine, large, they are all organs, no? They all combine to form a organ system. Okay, before that you understand this, first there was only a single cell. Single cell, they will form group and they will form tissue. Tissues will form organ. There are so many tissues in the air. Okay, group of tissues are there working for pumping of blood in an organ. And see, inside there will be organ system. Organ system means organ will be there, including that other organs are also there, blood vessels, okay, capillaries, all this work as an organ system. So tomorrow we will learn about animal cell and plant cell. Okay, so till here I am going to send the video today. Please understand the video.